Okay, gamers and gamettes, what is going on? My name is Tanek127 and welcome back to another video. And guys, in today's video, I'm going to be giving you guys my beginner's guide on Gigantic. Now, before we get into today's video, I do want to give a special thank you and shout out to Gearbox, also known as Art Games. I do believe they recently changed their name, like literally as this game was releasing. So special thank you to them for the review copy of Gigantic on Xbox Series X. Now, the first thing you're going to want to do is pick yourself a hero. For those who don't know, Gigantic is a hybrid of a hero shooter and a MOBA. If you don't know what that means, I want you to think of a cross of something like Overwatch and League of Legends, or Paladins and Smite. Take those two genres, mix them together, and you get a very unique piece of game here. But honestly, the one thing I'm going to tell you is Gigantic's a lot more hero shooter than MOBA. Don't get me wrong, the MOBA aspects are there and everything, but it's a lot more hero shooter. But anyway, the first thing you're going to want to do is get yourself set on a hero. Now, you're going to have 4 different classes. You have your frontliners, aka tanks, your range DPS, your melee DPS, and your support, also known as healers. Now, just because a character is a support character doesn't mean it's going to heal you. It means they can buff you. They'll do things to assist you in combat. So do remember that. Not every support character is going to offer heals. Frontliners, your guys' job is, you're the tanks. You more so, take the attention. You take damage, range DPS, and melee DPS. DPS literally stands for damage per second. So I think, your job is obvious. Go out there and tear shit up. And support, you guys, you help support your team, buff and, heal your damage dealers and tanks as necessary and all that stuff. But anyway, you want to find a role that's comfortable for you to play. So you want to go and experiment around with one of these. Pick a character, look at somebody you like. They all got different play styles. Some characters use guns, some use swords, some use magic, some use, all kinds of different crazy things. Me personally, I'm a Beckett main. I love the hero shooter aspect of the game. I like having my guns. I play Beckett, I play Amani. I'm going to be learning the new gun guy soon. What's his name? Roland. I'm going to be learning him here soon. But yeah, I like my gun characters. And what you want to do once you get yourself a hero, go over here to play and take them into the practice arena and just, mess around with their skills a little bit, learn their abilities and stuff like that. After you do that, then I want you to come back to heroes and I want you to click on them. And I want you to go over here to this nice little section called builds. Now, this is the reason I told you to go into the practice arena and play with the character beforehand. Because if you didn't do that before coming here, you're going to have a very rough time. But builds are different, like abilities and passives you can set up for your character. For example, I'm just going to go and edit my build here so I can show you guys. Your characters level up in certain matches of Gigantic. Now, there's 2 different types of game modes here. There's a game mode called Rush, where they're already set at level 10 and every stat you have here will be applied already. And there's another mode in the game that's more MOBA-like, where they level up as they play, and you'll unlock these talents that you have set in your build as the character levels up, and they'll get more stronger over time and stuff like that. If you've played a typical MOBA, then you know how that whole thing works. But for every single section, you're gonna have a main perk that you pick, and then a secondary one depending on which one you decide on. So for example, right here, I picked Clip Service to turn my gun into a machine pistol instead of a burst firing pistol. And the secondary perk that I picked was Ampum, which deals armor ignoring damage, meaning my bullets just shoot through armor and armor doesn't apply when I'm hitting somebody. And it's going to have perks like that, for every single ability and even some passive things and stuff like that. And at the end of it, you're going to pick a talent, which is, kind of like an overall set of perks that just, apply to your character and how you want to play them. Adjust these to your play style, all right? As this game gets more and more popular, you're going to see every content creator out there and their mom saying, this builds best, that builds best, blah, blah, blah. No. Build a build that complements the way you play the character. I cannot stress that enough, alright? I don't care if freaking Optic Scumpy, you know, the pro COD player, gets 99 kills in a match and tells you this is the best build in the world, use it. No. Go by your playstyle. That's always going to be best, you know, because at the end of the day, you don't play like Optic Scumpy or, you know, whoever you're watching on YouTube. You play like you. So you make a build that's going to complement the way you play. Now, anyway, let's go ahead and get ourselves in here into the practice arena so I can explain the concept of the game to you guys. Like I said, we have two modes here. Rush is going to be the mode that you start with. You'll be playing this till you're at least level 10. Clash is the more hardcore MOBA-like mode, but Rush and Clash are both very similar. They both have the same objective, but let's go into practice arena and we're going to go ahead and talk about it. Okay, guys, so welcome to the practice arena. This is pretty much how every match of Gigantic you play is going to start. It's going to be you and 4 other players on top of an airship like this. You're literally going to run to the front and you're going to pretty much leap right into the map. You guys see this objective point A right here? I also want you to look at my map here carefully. Now, unfortunately, the practice arena is a very bad representation of what an actual battle map's going to look like, because there's going to be a lot more objectives. You're going to see an A, B, and a C on a regular match, just so you guys know. But your objective is going to be to collect what's called battle orbs. When you're playing a match, you're going to see 2 gauges at the top of the screen. These gauges are going to represent a guardian. One's going to be a health bar for your guardian, one's going to be a health bar for the other team's guardian. And what you want to do is, your objective is to kill the other team's guardian. You make that guardian into a vulnerable state where you and your team can attack it by collecting 100 power. You get power by coming here and collecting these power orbs. You simply come up to the objective. If you're using a controller, you hold down on the D-pad. If you're on mouse and keyboard, unfortunately, I don't know what key that is, but the game's going to tell you, so don't worry. You collect your power orbs here, and you want to build up 100 power, and what that does is it'll grant your guardian enough power to go and pin down the other team's guardian. Let's go into a little bot match real quick, just so I can show you guys a bit more of how a true game is going to run. So as you guys can see, we're at the match startup screen. There's going to be House Orion and House Daedra. There is our guardian right there. The Daedra is the enemy team's guardian. Sometimes you'll be on the other team, you'll be on Daedra, they'll be on Orion, etc, etc, whatever the game decides to put you on. Now, as you guys can see, like I told you, the map earlier didn't really do much justice. We have a point A, B, C, D, E, F, and G in here. Here's our team's guardian on our end, their team over there. All right, we're gonna work our way over here to objective C. Try and get rid of these enemies over here on the point. And as you guys can see, like I told you, we got whoa, we're getting a little bit outnumbered here. All right. See, like I told you guys before, unfortunately, we're going to be attacked. At this point, what you want to do is, depending on how comfortable you are, there are going to be times where I recommend you stay a little bit forward and try and hold your ground and see if you can slow the enemy team down from coming to attack your guardian. But what you want to do is you want to focus on protecting your guardian during this phase as much as possible. So what happens is the enemy team is going to get about a good 20 seconds to attack your guardian, and you want to just do the best you can to stop them from doing damage. Now they're going to fly back here, so it's going to be as you guys can see, it's going to be a rough time. As you can see, I just got killed there, even against bots. When it's against real players, it's 1,000 times more brutal. But you guys see that score indicator right there in the middle? That indicates how much power both teams have per phase. And you guys see how our guardian is missing 1 heart and theirs still has 3? Once the enemy team attacks and depletes your guardian's health 3 times, that's it. They win. But they have to fully deplete that health. So like I was telling you guys before, defend that Guardian, because if a good defense phase can bring you back in a match. Okay, and Rampage. Now that's what it's called when it's your turn to attack. We have 18 seconds until their Guardian's vulnerable. So what you want to do is you want to get up there as fast as you can. There's literally going to be a giant glowing orb that indicates where you're going to shoot on the Guardian. You can't miss it. Trust me. Just watch. Despite the enemies being there, look, that big glowing red orb. Yeah, fire. Attack that. And like I said, the enemy team, they're going to do everything in their power to stop you. A little Iceling over here is mad. No. You're getting killed. You're getting killed. You were about to make things hard for me. You're going to die. But alright guys, that is going to go ahead and wrap it up for my beginner's guide for Gigantic. Alright, this teaches you the Clash mode. If you guys want to see me do the more advanced mode in a future guide, let me know down in the comments below. Y'all enjoyed today's video? Smash that like button. I will see y'all in the next one. Peace out. Have a good one.